Hello everyone. I welcome you all to ATM Creations and I welcome you all to this day 20 dot mandala challenge. Let's begin. Now, today's story I need to share. No, recently I had an opportunity to serve a client from United States, and she wanted a 36 36 by 36-inch rainbow mandala. And first, let me tell you two other background stories and then share whatever I wanted to share about this rainbow mandala. Okay, so this is not the first time that I have got an order from US. This has been the second time. So first time I had an order for a mirror mandala of 18 inches round shape. So what happened was it was actually a mirror that I stuck in the middle, and for the first time someone wanted me to send a mandala from India to US. She was actually an Indian who's living in US, and she ordered. What I did was happily packed it, and first time no to send to US, I want to create the right impression with the client, and I also simultaneously want to learn what are the options to ship abroad in lesser cost. So I inquired with FedEx, I inquired with DHL, and then finally with Blue Dart. Then I inquired Speed Post. Obviously, this everybody else gave a bomb, and Speed Post, that is Indian government postal system, was the most less expensive option. So I opted to send through Speed Post. Um, I think it went to Dallas. That's where I shipped the artwork to. So it took about 12 days to reach from India to Dallas, but the artwork reached safe and sound. And the client was actually little worried about how the artwork will reach with mirror, and but everything went fine. It was safe. So I was under the impression that artwork can be sent across the globe through speed post, but actually that is not right. So I was subsequently waiting for the subsequent orders, and I did satisfy many of the other orders within India. And every time I want to send something, I have always used speed post, and things used to reach the destination safe and sound. So that again and again reinforced my impression that speed post is a great option to send artwork either within India or outside India. That was the impression that I had. What I actually did not analyze is the size of the artwork that I have been shipping through Speed Post. It was never over 24 inches. I have not sent 36 inches to anybody using Speed Post, which I failed to understand initially. Also, the other things that I must have considered is the thickness of the board, how did I pack, and how did my packaging sustain from source to destination so that they reach safe. I failed to analyze all of those critical stuff, but had a generalized opinion that yes, artwork can be shipped anywhere across the globe using speed post. So that's the opinion that I had, and later that opinion backfired because it was my mistake that I did not analyze things properly. And what I also failed to analyze is the one that I had sent to US was not purchased by US person who is born brought up in US. She is an Indian. She is living in US and she bought the artwork from me. So while buying, she had the Indian mindset, obviously. I also fail to understand the cultural differences and preferences. I must have done that. No, if I really want to serve US market by sending my art, I should definitely understand what people in US prefer. I did not understand all that. I always looked at things from my point of view. When you want to serve people, you need to think from receiver's perspective, not from giver's perspective. I didn't do that. I was only thinking from my perspective. So there are a lot of mistakes that I did, okay? And this is one background that I want to give. Another background is about the client who bought my artwork. She was actually my student for DOT Mandala. She knows DOT Mandala already, but she wanted to have a formal training. She had been my channel subscriber since long, and I have seen her commenting in many of my videos. And it was in December last year, I think. I announced a workshop for brushstroke salon, and she was the first person to inquire with me. Hi ATM Creations. I said, yeah, that's my channel name, and my name is Rata. And she said she wants to join my brushstrokes workshop. And as usual, I had my usual inquiry questions like where are you from, what's your name, what is your prior experience, are you new to dotting. So these are some of the questions which I would like to know about anybody who would like to join any of my courses. The reason why I ask these questions is I would like to know where exactly a person stands when they start with the program so that I can guide them accordingly. No? So for a person who knows the very basics, if I start their program from very basics, then they are going to feel irritated. So I always ask these kind of questions. And when I asked similar questions to that girl who messaged me from US, she said, Radha, I know dot mandala and I've been creating dot mandalas too. When she actually joined my workshop, she was creating a dot mandala of 24 inches. I said, when you're already creating dot mandala of 24 inches, why do you want to join my basic classes? He said, no, I'm doing it, but it's only self-learned and I want a proper learning, a guided, mentored learning. because systematic learning, that's exactly the word she used. I want to do a systematic learning. So, and I've been watching all your videos in your channel. I've been admiring your videos since long. So, the moment you announced, I really wanted to join. That's what she said. I said, okay, but let me tell you, this is going to be a very basic workshop. So, and there will be other people other than you as well. And when I start with very basic, it may be boring and irritating for you. She replied, no, no, that's okay. I really wanted to learn from very basics. I'm going to remove whatever learning I have had about dot mandala from my mind, and I'm going to attend your workshop as if I don't know anything about dot mandala. That's what she said. I said, okay, fine. So give me a couple of days' time. I'm yet to talk to the other potential students. Let me talk to them and then get back to you. She said, okay. And then in a couple of days' time, there were 4 other enrollments for my live classes. So I created a WhatsApp group for those people, and then contacted this girl back who is in the US. And she asked, what is the fee? I told her the fee. This is the fee. So the next challenge was how to receive payments from abroad. I never thought about that, you know. And the earlier when I sent the artwork to US, she was an Indian, so she transferred money to me in Indian rupees from her Indian bank account. So that did not make me think, because you think better only when you face challenges. That's my personal opinion, okay? So the earlier when I sent artwork, there was actually no challenge at all. So that did not help me think better. But this time, this girl wants to send me the payment, that is this class fee, but I didn't know how to receive. I was so ignorant about everything, okay? So, and the class date was nearing, and I was yet to figure out how to receive. And I told her, see, I'm yet to figure out how to receive payment from you, but what I can do is I can include you in WhatsApp group. You join, start with the classes. Eventually, we will figure out how to receive, and you can also by the time, if you have any other ideas from anybody else of your friends as to how do they send payments to India, you can ask them too. But that should not stop you from learning. So join my classes. And class started. I have not received payment from that US girl. And looks like she felt so heart melting for that. How can someone teach me something without taking prior payment? And before I could figure out how can I receive, she figured out how can she send. So she asked, Radha, do you use Paytm? I said, yes, I do. And then she said, give me your Paytm number. I gave her. And then the next question was, do you use Paytm wallet? I don't use Paytm wallet, but I do have one. So Paytm wallet is enabled in my Paytm account. That's what I told her. And then she said, is it okay if I send payment to your Paytm wallet? I said, no problem. Anyway, I'll use Paytm for making payments. Here I'll use wallet. And for the brushstroke session, it was only a 2-hour session. I charged a particular amount, but she sent double the amount of it. And I was like, why did you send so much? I asked only 50% of what you sent. Why did you send so much? She said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be coming across so rude to you, because you were willing to start teaching without taking a single paise from me. So she said, "You were kind enough to start teaching me without receiving a single money from me. So we people in US, we always would love to reward kindness. That is why I sent you more, not to come across as a rude person to you." I said, "No, no, this is not being rude. It is okay, I accept." And I said, "Thank you so much. Not everybody rewards kindness. You have a big heart to reward kindness." And then that was a brushstroke session. So she learned brushstrokes. So after finishing brushstroke session only, her payment came to my Paytm wallet. And the issue that I faced with Paytm wallet was I could use that amount only where Paytm wallet was accepted. Otherwise, I couldn't use that money. So that's how it was. And I don't know what made her ask, but after a couple of classes, after a couple of days, classes were over. She asked, "Was that a convenient method of payment?" I said, "No, this is the problem that I'm facing." She said, "Okay, fine, we will figure out what can be done." She was figuring out, I was trying to figure out too. And I asked one of my friend, because I know he used to receive payment from abroad too. And I asked him, "How do you receive payments from abroad?" And then he said, "Rather, there is something called PayPal. And creating account with PayPal is free. But for every transaction, since they convert any currency to your own native currency, they charge a small commission. But you can receive payment from anywhere across the globe." That's what he said. I said, "That's okay. Their charging commission is actually right, because they are helping us to get clients from abroad also, no? So that's fine." And I created an account with PayPal. So that is when I was also announcing a live classes for Dot Mandala. And this girl, seeing that announcement, she said, "Radha, I would like to join your Dot Mandala live classes also." I said, "You joining brushstroke is okay, because you were making Dot Mandala and you would like to level it up with brushstrokes, so join it." So, "But why would you want to join my live class?" And then she was like, "No, no, the way you taught brushstroke was really good. So I would like to learn systematically the basic patterns that I'm already doing. I would like to learn systematically so that I can improvise on whatever I'm already doing." That's what she said. I said, "Okay, fine." And this time also, I included her in the group before even she initiated payment. And I told her, "This time I have PayPal, so if you can pay through PayPal, it would be great, because the money directly comes to my bank account. And I can use it for any purpose I want. It is not like limited to the places that use Paytm wallet." And I taught her, not only her, there were 5 other participants in that live class. Along with them, I taught her. The thing this time I did was to adjust the live class time according to her time zone. She was 12 and a half hours behind Indian time. So, what I did was to organize the live class between 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian time, which is 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. for her. So that was so convenient for her to attend. And 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., people in India also found it very, very convenient, because people who are already working, even homemakers found it convenient, because they can finish their dinner work and then start attending. So everyone found it convenient. I did not fix the time only for her, it was convenient for everybody. But what that girl said, Radha, you're too kind to fix the time according to my time zone. I told her, I interrupted then and there and told her, no, I did not fix the time exclusively for you. This was the convenient time for Indians too. That is why I fixed up the time, and fortunately, that was convenient for you also. So it became win win for all of us. That's what I told her. But she was like, you did something that I feel very convenient and comfortable. So this time, I'm not going to reward you with money, but I'm going to reward you with a surprise. I smiled at her and said, okay, I love surprises and I love gifts also. I said, okay, fine, go ahead, surprise me. So it's been long since I am surprised, so let me be surprised by you. And she was, all the more, she was very happy. And she is the one who sent me the tools that I'm using for recording these challenge videos. Those white tools, steel rods, those swooshing tool which I use, which many of you asked me, what is that tool, madam, which is looking like an injection? So that injection tool, all that were gifted by her. She made it a point to buy gift packet. It was such a nice gift pack. She sent. Now, for me, when she sent the tools and some paints also, that is the first time that I'm receiving something from abroad. For me, also the first time. And for her also, it is the first time that she is sending something to someone abroad. So we don't know what should we do to manage customs. And my package got stuck at customs. I couldn't get it. I'm supposed to pay certain amount of money and take it. And she was very curious about if I have received it. And I told her, no, it is stuck at customs. I'm going to customs office today to clear it and pay whatever they ask for and take the package. So give me a couple of days. I will retrieve the package from them and share a picture to you too. And I thanked her for the gift. She said, how much are they charging for the customs? I told her whatever the amount that they are charging. Rather, this is a gift. So I am supposed to take the complete cost of whatever it is until it reaches you. You're not supposed to pay anything out of your pocket. I'm sending whatever the money that you need to clear the customs. Just wait for a couple of days and then go and retrieve the package. And she asked if there is any way that they won't send the package back to US. Instead, they will retain it in Bangalore only for 3-4 days. And when I asked customs people, they said, yes, madam, if you give us a letter, we will retain it for 10 days. I went, gave them a letter. They decided to retain it for 10 days. I said, I will come, pay, and take the package, so please keep it safe. And then in a couple of days, this time she sent the money through Western Union. I went to Western Union, took the check, deposited in my account, money came. Then I went to customs office paid, retrieved the package, brought it home. That's how the tools came to me. The one that I'm currently using, this was gifted by her. And then we became two good friends. We started talking about all our lives, and everybody have their own struggles. So I got to know her struggle, she got to know my struggles. We shared a lot about each other, and she said, Radha, I would like to help you a little more, to help you sell your artwork in US. I said that would be great, and we were thinking about how to go about it. So, more than me being excited about receiving those tools and paints, she was more excited about me opening it, seeing it, and using it. And she was constantly following up. Radha, have you received? Have you gone out? There were loads of messages of exchanges that we did. And she said, I would. So that's how she was like, I would like to help you with selling your artwork here. I said, that would be great if that happens. She said, send some of your artwork which you think you have created and looks too good. I sent her a few pics, and the first pic that I sent was this 36-inch rainbow. That is the best selling design for ATM Creations, because I have done at least 10 of them so far. Because that one rainbow 36-inch mandala, it helps activate all chakras in your body. So there is always a high demand for that rainbow mandala, especially with embellished with mirror pieces. So when I sent her some of the pictures, which I think are best artworks of mine, the first picture that I sent was this rainbow, and immediately she responded saying, Radha, you consider this rainbow to be sold, and I'm not purchasing this rainbow at the cost you are selling in India. I'm going to purchase it at a cost that people sell this 36-inch for in US, which is actually a little expensive. So I'm going to save up my money to be able to buy your rainbow, and I will buy. When I save up and send the money to you, you make one rainbow and send me. That's what she said. I said, okay. And initially, we tried organizing a physical exhibition in US only. She said, if you cannot come, it is okay. I will organize it on your behalf. You only send the artworks to me. I said, okay. And she said, let me fix up a place and then give you the information. Then only you ship the artworks. Until then, you don't. I said, done. And then, as we proceeded about inquiring the space was super duper expensive. And after a lot of trials, she said, Radha, we will definitely do art exhibition, but not immediately. We should figure out other ways of selling and then probably do a physical exhibition too. I said, okay. Because I have no idea about how rentals are expensive or less expensive, more expensive. I have no idea about it. So then we decided to drop the idea of a physical exhibition, and The next idea, she said, I will think of some idea, Radha. Let me talk to some of my friends I have here, uh, take ideas from them, suggestions from them basically, and then tell you what can we do and how can we go about. I was waiting, and she took almost couple of weeks or 2-3 weeks. Then she did come back to me saying, Radha, why don't we try through Etsy shop? I asked her, does it really work? She said, no harm in giving a try. Let me give a try. I said, fine. She created an Etsy shop on my behalf and uploaded my artwork there and had put up the pricing too. When she did set up the Etsy shop, it didn't bring huge number of clients, but there were a lot of inquiries with her, and she also said, I will send the pictures to few of my known contacts who I think can afford one like the 36-inch mandala here, and let's see what do they say. And she had sent to few of them, and they were like, of course we can afford one, but the first question they have asked her is, have you bought one from her? How is the packaging? Is it safe? How much time does it take to come from India to US? And when the painting arrives here, is the painting in good shape? From the time you place the order till the time you receive physically in your home, how much time does it take? So they have asked whole lot of questions, and finally they have said, first you buy one yourself, and then she was like a demo, like this is when I ordered, this is when this is the amount of time she takes to paint and varnish, and this is how she packages and sends, and this is how I have received. So we need a kind of a real testimonial from you first before we place order with her. That's what some of her contacts have told her. So she said, Radha, I'm paying you, I'm buying a 36-inch mandala. When she expressed her wish to buy a mandala from me, it was mid-April this year, 2024. Mid-April 2024. I think she sent me the money through PayPal, and within a week, money got credited to my bank account. Of course, with PayPal taking a percentage of it as a commission. That's okay, but I was able to receive payments from abroad. That was a big deal for me. And she said, Radha, you don't have to hurry up. Take your time to do the painting. Do put in best of your efforts in creating it and sending it to me. The lesson that I learned at the end of the process of sending it to her in the first attempt was, if your mind is in so much of emergency or a sense of urge occupies your mind doesn't function properly at all. I'll give you another example for this concept, okay? Definitely by end of the story, I'll definitely tell you that. By end of the story, I'll definitely tell you that. Now, the moment she sent the money, my mind was filled with emergency. Not because if I send this, I'll get further orders, but in the name of sending it to her at the earliest. Because she has helped me with so many things and she is one good soul which I ever met. I told you already, that when God wants to make you do something, He sends angels into your life. This girl was one such angel in my life. So what I did was, I already had lot of 36 by 36-inch boards at home. That's an MDF board that I have, and the thickness of the board is 3 mm. And it is in the same board that I have done many rainbows and have given to people within Bangalore. So, see, so far, this 36-inch board I have not shipped to anybody outside of Bangalore. All the sale of my 36-inch rainbow and a few other designs in 36 inches is all within Bangalore. So, what I actually did to deliver the artwork is I paint, I take the board in an auto to the frame shop, give it to them. After framing, again I'll pick them up, put it in an auto, go and deliver it to the client. So there was no option for anybody else to handle the artwork. And when I handle it, is I used to handle it as if I'm handling a newborn baby. So with whole lot of care. So nothing happened to the artwork. And the first time I have an opportunity to send this 36-inch board outside, I must have thought through that I'm sending this outside. Will this thickness be okay? Or what would be the preferences of people abroad? I must have thought through all that. I never did. My mind was preoccupied with the preferences of people in India. So we Indians, what we normally do is when we buy a picture like this in canvas or MDF, we frame it. That's how we protect it and we keep it. That's how we normally do. And I asked her. I have started pen. I didn't tell her the thickness of the board. She had an assumption, and I had an assumption too. No proper it was not miscommunication. It was no communication that created disaster. She never specified that I want the painting in this thickness of a wood. I never asked her to. She assumed that I'm going to be doing it in a thick wood, and I assumed that she is going to frame it and hang it. So, what I asked her over the WhatsApp was, should I frame the artwork and send you like this? When I say like this, I framed and delivered it to one of the client in Bangalore itself. I went to client's office, clicked a picture and kept it for my own reference. So I sent that picture to her and asked, like this, do you want it framed? She said, no, I don't want it framed. And I asked her, are you going to frame it yourself? She replied, no, for that also. At least then I should have gotten the doubt, no? If she is not going to frame, would it be a. Oh, my mind did not work in that direction at all. And she also had a strong assumption. So when I asked if I have to frame, she also did not think if I'm going to send in a thin wood. So we both had strong assumptions. Strong means very strong, super strong assumptions. So no communication created a lot of disaster. It is not only miscommunication creates a disaster, no communication creates disaster too. So our case was no communication, not miscommunication. I was so happy to start painting. Okay, so I took the board, base painted, found center, drew circles. Whatever I did for this painting is what I did in that 36-inch board also. I was super excited. My mind was filled with excitements. Little did I know I'm going to learn a life lesson from this. So I painted, did put in my heart and soul into the painting. It took about 12 to 14 hours, and in a couple of days I finished painting. And at every stage of painting, I did click a picture and send it to her. That's what I normally do whenever I get an order for a painting, to keep the client informed. That's my way of doing things. And I did the same thing to her also. As she was watching the painting progress, she was very excited, and she kept on saying, Radha, painting is coming up really well. And when you work for a client and the client is happy, you are happy too. So, on that note, I was also very happy. I finished the painting in a couple of days and kept it for drying. When I informed my client, that's my friend, that the painting is kept for drying, she said, what do you do for sealing the artwork? I said, I varnish. And now she said, that's great. Then I varnished the painting, kept the varnish for drying for some time, and then I fixed the mirrors, kept that for drying for some time, and then packed. I did a careful packing, very careful packing according to me, which I realized later that it was not a careful packing at all. So, according to me, at that moment, it was a careful packing, and I did. As I told you earlier, I did inquire with varieties of logistic partners. So, all those logistic partners gave a bomb price. So, I was really disturbed. So, I inquired with Speed Post, that was the lowest. So, without even giving a second thought, I shipped it through Speed Post. It took about 15 days to reach the client. So I told you there is this 12 and a half hours of time zone difference. So package has reached her when I was fast asleep here in India. And I used to get up early. So when I woke up at 4:30, I know package would have reached her and she would have sent me a message. And I opened WhatsApp only to see the video of my artwork that reached her in 8 pieces. And that's not the way how I would love to start my day, but that's how that particular day started. I felt extremely heartbroken, not because the money was wasted, but my art, for the very first time in life, I'm seeing my artwork in 7 different pieces, and I felt like my heart is only in 7 different pieces. That's how I felt. And the day started like that, so I was so upset, terribly upset for that. And my personality is, if I'm going through some troubles or struggles, I tend to keep quiet. I don't talk much. So that whole day went on so quiet. Because when I saw um, and responded to her, it became her night time. She also has to sleep, no? But she had sent a message before sleeping saying, Radha, I'm not a typical client. I am your friend. We will fix this together. And I thanked her for being so kind. And I promised her, fine, you get up, you go to sleep, you get up, and then please advise what needs to be done. I'm liable to do it. Then we fixed up a mutual time over Google Meet to meet and discuss. And same 8 p.m. Indian time. For her, it was 7:30. That's when she said, "Radha, it is a mistake from both of our side. I must have specified the preferences of people in US, or at least you must have asked about the preferences. You had your assumptions, I had my assumptions, and both of our assumptions had resulted in this disaster." And that is when she said, "Radha, artwork in US doesn't work like what it is in India." And she said, "Here people buy artwork in a traditional um, material canvas, or it must be a thick wood." And I asked her, "What do you mean by thick wood? How thick it is?" She said it must be minimum 6 mm thickness, to the extent that we would screw up a hook at the back of the wood and it is not going to affect the painting in the front. That much of thickness. And then we would just hang it. We won't do any framing, glass frame, acrylic frame, no, nothing. No framing business. We just hang it. That's how we do it. And that is when I understood, okay, this wood thing I need to understand a little bit more about why this 36-inch painting got folded. Because I have sent lot of 24 inches, 18, 23, in all sizes I have sent the artwork, and it only 3 mm thickness I have sent it within India. And I told you, one 18-inch painting I sent abroad also, but nothing happened. Why only to this 36-inch it got folded? I wanted an answer for that question. And anyway, my friend suggested that I need to do it in a thick wood. So I went to a local woodwork shop and told him, "See, this is the problem, and this is what my client want. Do you have a 7 mm thick MDF wood?" He said, "Yes, madam, we have starting from 2.5 mm, it goes up to 2 inches also in thickness. We do have." That's what he said. And I said, "Why this 3 mm board got folded?" It is because it got folded, it broke into multiple pieces too. And the woodwork shop owner was kind enough to be willing to explain it to me. He said, "Madam, wait. Now, this 7 mm thick board that you're asking, what I have is in the size 8 feet by 4 feet board, which is 7 mm thick. And that is what I'm going to cut into 3 feet by 3 feet, that is 36-inch board, and give you. And I'll explain your question of folding with this 7 mm board." And then he, from whatever stock he had, he took that board out, 8 feet by 4 feet, which is 7.7 mm thick. And when he took that board out from the stock, it was folding. I was like so shocked and said, "No, no, sir, the board should not fold. If it folds, it doesn't serve my purpose. I don't want it. Maybe give the 12 mm board. I don't want 7 mm." He said, "Madam, you need to wait. I'm trying to explain why the boards fold. Give me some time. Even if you don't buy this 3 mm board, it is okay. I'm going to explain things to you." I decided to wait, and from that 8 feet by 4 feet, he did cut the board into 3 by 3 feet. And after cutting, he gave that board to me and said, "Fold now." No, it was not possible for me to fold. I don't know what is that science behind. I don't know, but it was humanly impossible to fold. And then he explained, Madam, you have sent lot of artwork to people, and they were those artworks, though they were only 3 wood, they were smaller in size, hence it was not possible to fold. Now, when you sent bigger board, it was possible to fold, and maybe some slight mishandling also would have broken the board like this. So that is when I understood the fundamental of thickness of the board. And I thanked that wood workshop owner and asked him, see, what if people ask me to ship this 36-inch board within country? It's going to fold. It's not going to go in shape. What do I do? He gave a solution for that also. And now I have this 7.5 thickness board. I brought it home and prepared the base, painted rainbow, and she said, I want another 3 rainbow also. So I painted 2 rainbows now. One rainbow in 3 board, another rainbow in 7.5 thickness board. I created 2 rainbows which just look like Xerox of each other. And this time, my friend, as well as my client, she said, Radha, this time don't fix mirrors. Instead, manage it with something else. I don't want mirrors in my painting. I said, okay. I did not fix any mirrors in the 2 rainbows that I recently created. So, as I painted this time, I was painting with more confidence because I know this time I'm going to send it safely. While I was painting, my family did help me in identifying the right logistic partner, and that is FedEx this time. No speed post, nothing. And we went to the logistic partner's office, spoke to them, told them what exactly is our need, and we told them we don't mind paying whatever you ask for, but we want our package to be handled with care, as if the package is your own newborn baby. That's how we want the package to be considered. And the FedEx partner was like, Madam, whether you say it or you don't say it, that is how we handle every single package, irrespective of the size. So you ship with us and go and have a peaceful sleep and expect only the good news from your client. That's what the FedEx partner said. And yes, I was still not convinced because of the past trauma. Okay, so I said, if you don't mind, can I see how you pack the artwork? The partner readily agreed. He said, no problem, madam, you can be here, see how we pack. I saw them packing. I was quite satisfied and shipped it through FedEx, and then told my client also. She was like, thank you, Radha. I said, I must thank you for not being mad at me and for being so cooperative. So, within 4 days, what took 15 days earlier took 4 days this time, and the paintings reached her safe and secured. Happy ending, happily ever after ending. So I was so happy to see the videos from her. She also recorded a selfie video and sent me beautiful artwork There is something divine in your work, Radha. That's what she said. So there were a lot of small lessons that I learned out of the story which I just shared with all of you. Now, had I sent this artwork to an unknown person from US, do you think the client would have been so cooperative with me? May or may not be. There is no guarantee that I would have got a cooperative client who did not get mad at me but who waited and guided me how to send, what to send. This may not have happened with others. Now, what made this girl not to get mad at me but only guide me to reduce my anxiety? I really wanted the answer for this question, so I asked my client only, saying, "Tell me why you did not get mad. Why were you so kind to me in guiding me, and you did wait patiently to receive another in a good shape? You had an option to cancel the order and take the money back from me, but you did not do that. Instead, you guided me and patiently waited. Why were you like that?" And she said, "Radha, I am only doing what you did earlier without receiving payment. You taught me brushstrokes and you patiently waited to receive the money. So I only reciprocated what you did." So, what I understood was when you do something from your heart, something good to another person, without any expectation in return, God will find a way to reward you back. So, two things I learned. One is the one just I shared. When you do something good to someone without expecting anything in return, God will definitely find a way to pay you back. Second thing is, whenever you feel like doing something in an emergency with a sense of urge occupying your mind completely, you need to consciously slow down and question what you're about to do. Am I doing it right? Or is there any alternative way of doing it? Is there any better way of doing it? So ask yourself a lot of questions. Had I questioned myself in the first attempt of sending, I would have sent her by mid of May itself. I wouldn't have waited till mid of June. I'm sure I delivered some valuable lessons through this story. Now, I want all of you to resonate what I told you with whatever had happened in your life in the past. And if you have anything that is shareable, please do go ahead and share in the comments. You're not only helping yourself, you're helping the entire world who is going to read the comment section. Now mandala for day 20 is over. Go ahead, recreate it, share it with me.